I'm Kenny. I've spent the last 13 years living on the road, hitchhiking all over the planet. And this is Nick. We grew up together. Now we're embarking on an adventure to see the best breweries on the planet. We'll be hitchhiking, meeting amazing people, and drinking phenomenal beer. It's the backpacking beer adventure. Let's get hopping.
How does one living on the road afford the airfare?
I'm really good at finding cheap flights.
Right on.
So usually 80 to 110 bucks.
How do you score that? What website do you use?
Kiwi?
Kiwi.
Kiwi. I really like it because you can search like United States to Europe. I don't really care where I get to because I can just hitchhike once I get there.
Oh, sure.
This site just lets you say United States to Europe, and then it'll be like, all right, Fort Lauderdale to Madrid.
Dang.
On this day, it'll be 85 bucks. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to Fort Lauderdale.
It's a good tip.
Going to Madrid. Yeah.
So this is LaRue Street. The locals would love to see this street blocked off to traffic and just be pedestrian because we do so many events in the summer. This is actually the first parking garage. Here comes the train! View of the San Francisco peaks up there.
Nice.
So that's Humphreys.
Have you hiked up there?
Many times, yeah. It's about 11-mile round trip.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Here's the pine cone. There it is.
Oh, there
Get
it is.
excited.
It's going down.
Yeah, the building right in front of us was the Mission Linen, and which is still in business. And then the Mother Road came in, and they bought the building, and that's where we're headed.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to Flagstaff.
Thank you.
Mother Road started in 2011. The CEO now, Michael, he had a big background in hospitality and he was a home brewer. So he wanted to own his own business. The brewery just made sense.
I have been here once before, and it must have been when you just opened in 2011, around about then, hitchhiking through.
That's it. That's when the brewery opened in November of 2011. This beer was probably on tap. The Conserve and Protect KOLSCH. We partnered up with Arizona Game and Fish, the state agency that takes care of all the wildlife in Arizona, to brew this beer, and portions of the proceeds from every pint goes towards wildlife conservation.
This is good.
Second one is Sunday Drive. That's a soon-to-be mainline beer. It's a crisp lager with a little more hop profile than most lagers.
Yeah, you could crush a bunch of these, I'm sure.
Yeah, really, really easy and sessionable. Aside from the Conserve and Protect KOLSCH, each one is dedicated to a different place on Route 66, and this kind of idea around motoring. Mother Road is John Steinbeck's name for Route 66, the Mother Road.
Okay. What's this third one we got here?
Daily Driver Low Octane IPA. A lot of hops in it. The dry hop is actually more than any of our other beers because we wanted a low ABV IPA, but with the same robust flavor that you'd get from a higher ABV one.
Yeah, you get the scent right away.
And then on Daily Driver's can, it's Union Station in LA, that beautiful mission-style train station right in the heart of downtown. This is the second year that we've done Ales for ALS. $1 from every pour goes towards funding a cure. Once a year, a lot of breweries around the country brew this one beer.
Yeah, both of my grandparents passed from ALS, which is...
Sorry to hear that.
But it's also incredibly rare because it's not known to be contagious or anything. So for two people linked up like that, it's just...
Yeah, you don't hear about that.
Yeah, and 9.25%.
It's a big beer, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big problem, so I dig it.
Proportionate, yeah.
So this is the flagship.
This is the flagship.
That's really good. I think it's my favorite so far, actually.
Awesome. On Tower Station's can is the U Drop in Shamrock, Texas. It's a historic stop on Route 66 in the middle of nowhere. Nothing for miles. You stop there and there's good people, good drinks, good food, and then you're on your way.
Have you ever thought about doing the whole Route 66?
I feel like I ought to at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe 2020, it'll happen.
This one, I love dark beers. I already saw this as a black IPA.
I mean, look, just hold it up to the sun, even though it's going to get a little skunked from the UV. But
I love black IPAs when they're done really well, and then it kind of disappeared for a little while. I feel like just traveling around the country, around the world, like for a hot minute, it was pretty popular.
This was probably around the same time that you came here too, because the KOLSCH and the Lost Highway, those were some of the first beers that we brewed.
And you brew a good one. My favorite style of all beers is an imperial stout, followed by an imperial porter.
Nice. Especially this time of the year? The snow on the ground? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the classic sitting by the fire with a snifter of an imperial stout, bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better. It really doesn't get much better.
I know what Mother Road needs to set you up with. They need to completely pay for all your fuel, everything, and then you go to each of these spots with the beer and celebrate.
And maybe you guys should come with. We'll do a series, Chicago to LA.
Yeah, we'll do hopping Route 66.
That would be great. We can hop in my wagon here.
Oh, this is you? Mm-hmm. That's why he moved the umbrella, because he wanted that in the shot. He's like, that looks classic.
That's kind of why I parked it there, in some respects. So we chose the right table.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
We have a saying, finding joy in the adventure. It's on all of our glasses. It's on a lot of our merchandise. We brew beer to build community.
Yeah.
And that's actually our mission.
Perfect.
To build community one pint at a time.
I like that. Build community one pint at a time.
That's what we're doing.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Can't leave without trying the porter. Very good one.
I think so.
Oh man. Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, Dark Sky. Like I said, everyone said, come to Dark Sky, come to Dark Sky.
Awesome.
Now we're here.
Sweet. All right, well, shall we commence the tour?
Yes.
So when we first opened, we were just in this side. It's a long, skinny tap room. Not too much seating.
What were you brewing?
Come on back, I'll show you.
All right.
This was the brewery. 350 square feet. It sucked, but we made it work.
Yeah.
We were cramped for space, to say the least.
Quick little history. How long have you guys been here?
4.5 years.
Okay.
So it'll be 5 years in May, so we're approaching that last speed bump.
Nice.
So now we go over to the other side. We only lasted 1 year there. It just became too much. We couldn't produce what we needed to.
That's when this wall came down?
Yep, so then we moved in here. So now we have all the space we need in here.
Much better.
Yeah. These 3 vessels, what you see, plus the keg washer.
Okay.
This was all in that room.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty cramped.
Yeah.
So now you can breathe a little bit.
Yep. We're on a 3-barrel brewery, so we have to brew twice to fill them. So it's a double batch to fill one of these big guys. These 2 big guys, plus the bright tank back there, and then that fooder that you saw in the back. That holds 7 barrels of beer, so it's a double batch for us to fill it. That holds our house culture now. Basically feeds all these barrels in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever messed with Vikes?
No, we keep talking about it. I'm still a little bit too scared.
Yeah. So when we get down to Phoenix, we'll have our first chance to homebrew.
Oh, cool.
we're just gonna do several 5-gallon batches, but one of them we're gonna take a half-gallon in a growler, and I have some Kveikis I've had for about a month.
Oh, cool.
Just flaked out in my backpack. And we're gonna let it ferment and even carbonate in the growler. Yeah,
that's cool.
Why not?
Yeah.
End up with some kind of beer.
That's how this place was built. Let's try it out, see what happens.
Yeah, experiment.
Let me set you guys up with a flight of stuff.
I'm excited, dude. This beer is delicious already. I mean, this is my jam, like an imperial stout. Everyone here seems friendly. It's a happy vibe. So, New Year's Eve, I'm excited. Thanks again for having us and sharing all this happy looking stuff with us.
Yeah, you guys came on a good night.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cool stuff out. The Pinecone Drop, which is like pretty well known New Year's Eve tradition around the world, I guess now, around the country at least. That happens just like one block that direction. There's gonna be 15,000 people out there. It's a pretty huge deal. So I got you a little bit of everything. Hazy Pale Ale. This is our Pilsner, which I'm also drinking in my fancy plastic cup. The newest Hazy IPA we just released. This is the Pinecone Drop IPA, this year's version of it. This is the last keg of an English barley wine. This beer is pretty special to us. That never saw stainless steel. It was all fermented and aged in oak, oaked 4 times, and it saw 3 different barrel treatments.
All right.
aged for like 16 months too. It was quite the process, quite the project. That's the last 10 gallons of it. It's 14.1%.
I'm honored. That's the last 10 gallons?
Yep.
Right here? All
That's
right.
it. Then we have a little Station IPA.
Okay.
Nice little palate cleanser after you get into that guy. Number 11 is a really fun beer. That is, it's actually a stainless steel mixed culture that we use. It's lacto, Brett, and sacro. So it's a little bit sour, pretty funk heavy.
Yeah, I can already tell. It looks like a little bit creamy.
Yep. Last one is Astro cookie, but this is the nitro version.
This is the nitro?
Yep.
Okay. That's what I was drinking earlier, the
you'll get
nitro
a
version.
Cool idea of like what the difference is between the two.
Okay. Maybe I'll start with this one.
Yeah.
But because this one's still in reach.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do a little back to back. Yeah, this one, because of the nitro, it's much richer. Is there some vanilla in here too?
From the cookies.
Oh, you put actual cookies in
Oh
here?
yeah, I didn't know if you knew that or not, but
No.
2,000 individual Oreo cookies is what makes that beer what it tastes like.
Do you crush them up, or you just?
No, we just leave them whole. We used to
Yeah.
crush them up, but we decided that was just a waste of time for everybody. Just throw them in their hole.
That's awesome. Because a lot of beer is a story, just like a brewery is a story.
Yep.
Obviously, you want the beer to be good, which clearly so far you guys are doing, but you want there to be like a story to it.
We work really hard here. I mean, you can see the size of the brewery. It's very small.
But your reputation is much bigger than the size of your brewery.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of groundwork for us, meeting and greeting people and hanging out and doing events. And
where am I going from here?
The new Hazy IPA is tasting really good.
Okay.
That's got cashmere and mandarin and Bavaria.
Cashmere. We were just at Mother Road and they were using cashmere too.
That's where we got it from, actually.
Okay.
We bought 44 pounds off of them, and that's another.
You bought hops from them?
Yep. If they run short on a bag of rolled oats or something, like Campbell will call me and ask if we have it. We'll ask them if they've got some fun hops they're looking to get rid of.
Yeah.
So
this is good.
Yeah, it turned out really nice.
I just think it's so cool when breweries raise each other up.
Yeah. This industry's great. I mean, the people you meet, the things you get to do, I've met some of the best people in the world doing this.
That's cool. That's what we're trying to share with people.
Yeah.
It's like how collaborative the beer industry is.
I mean, doing this for a living isn't the worst thing, Drinking with your friends and hanging out.
So what I was going to ask you, Dark Sky.
Yep.
It's one of the more fascinating things to me.
We were the first designated dark sky city in the entire world.
Yeah. The entire world?
Yeah. So everything is regulated as far as like the light. Lights are dark sky rated. All the lights have different wattages. They all turn down instead of up. The city actually regulates and requires that for every business in town. It's a really neat thing that we have up here, and it was kind of cool to be able to name the brewery after it.
Yeah.
We actually have an observatory up on the hill right over here.
Right.
That was responsible for discovering Pluto.
They discovered Pluto?
Yeah.
Right here in Flagstaff?
They do tours. You can go look through the big telescope. You walk outside right now, you can see the Milky Way clear as day. It's really neat.
All right, so I'm just going to reach for this one.
Yeah, we're calling it Steep on It.
Oh, okay.
That is the sour that we dry hopped and then added the coconut tea.
I'm not getting the coconut. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it comes on the back with the tea. I get the tea flavor on the back end as well.
I'm not a huge sourish fan, but when they're fresh, you can't help but just be like, okay, you're my friend now.
Yeah.
Where am I going? I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah.
Session IPA, because that one...
That's the big boy. You want to savor, like let that warm up.
Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to take one sip while it's still a little cold. I feel like that's a good
Try
move.
it later when once it's warm.
Yeah.
Once it's warm, it's really going to open up.
It
So
smells
yeah, it's
like a barley
two
wine.
different bourbon barrels and a cognac barrel, which kind of help sweeten that up a little bit.
That's delicious. I'm even gonna hand it to you. That's what you want from a barley wine.
Yeah.
The carbonation is like spot on too. It's not like way too over the top. Like it lets you just.
Yeah, it's got everything.
And it's still sitting with
It's
me.
heavily oaked, but it's not like overbearing.
I almost feel like I can't drink an unoaked barley wine again.
Yeah, no, it's a different experience for sure. And if it's done properly and it sits in the right barrels for the amount of time it needs to, then you have something pretty magical when it's all done. And we knew when we finally pulled all that out and blended it together, we were like, holy shit! Like we have something really special here. So
This guy?
that is a hazy pale ale. That's also Station IPA sort of thing.
We talking 5.4%? 4.8?
Yeah, so it's very light-bodied, super crushable, very tropical. We use Amarillo.
My favorite hop. My favorite hop. This is the first really aromatic hop I think I ever had. Yellow Snow IPA from Rogue.
Yeah.
Out of Oregon. And I was
Yeah.
like, hops can do this? I like this better than the IPA.
Yeah, me too. That's been my go-to besides the Pilsner on tap is what I drink.
Let me try the Pilsner now.
Yeah, so this one has Idaho 7 and Mandarina Bavaria. We've gotten really into making lagers lately. We enjoy making like a very simple, torn-down beer. You know, you just had the barley wine, which saw 3 different barrels, foeder, oak, all that stuff. That is Pilsner malt and hops. That's it.
Wow.
Very light.
Clear as a bell.
Yeah.
There's no haze on this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's good.
Yeah, it's just a torn
It's
down
clean.
beer. And
I'm not a huge Pilsner fan actually, but this one I'm like, all right.
yeah, when you drink for a living, you gotta drink something that's not gonna destroy you. It's 6 o'clock right now. I'll be here for another 7 or 8 hours probably.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to stick to that and not that.
Yeah.
Or
My
you'll be
memory
getting-
might be gone.
Yeah, you'll be dragged out of here.
I forgot the end of 2019. I don't know how this recent decade started.
Exactly.
This is solid.
Yeah, thank you.
I really like it.
So the last one you have is Pinecone Drop IPA. We do it every year. So this is our
It's a perfect beer.
fourth rendition.
You did this 4 years in a row. So
yeah.
basically since your conception, you've been
Correct.
making this.
Yep, see kind of the caramel malt in there.
Yeah,
we actually use honey malt to get that color.
Do you still have any caramel or crystal malt in here?
Not in that one.
Just honey malt.
So that's churro and honey malt in there.
Is this supposed to be like an IPA or?
It is an IPA.
Yeah.
So Pinecone Drop, obviously we're always going for that like piney kind of idea.
Yeah.
So this one we went like super traditional, way old school. That's all Nugget and Centennial. That's actually the majority of the dry hop in that one. The Centennial is kind of playing second to it. To me, it's like very nostalgic. It brings back those days of like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, you know?
Yes, dude. I was just about to say Chico.
Yep.
It's a hair sweeter than Pale Ale.
Yep.
The alcohol is probably higher.
6-7, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Yeah. We're gonna sell the shit out of that tonight for sure. It'll be our top seller by far.
I love it, man. Hey, you're making really good beers.
Thank you.
I like the vibe. I like everything about it.
Yeah, we've worked hard to build this. You know, you come in on a night like this and it's crowded and people are having a good time and everybody's enjoying themselves. Like that's what makes it worth it.
And you have some partners in the mix, or?
Me and my wife. That's it. It's built from the ground.
Now this is warmed up a little bit.
The cool thing about that beer is we boiled it for 6 hours.
You boiled it for 6 hours?
Yeah, that's how we got the color. There's no crystal malt in that beer at all. That is all. That's all Maris Auger base, and then the aging process will obviously kick in some color as well.
Okay, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Phenomenal.
Heck yeah.
So happy. Oh, well, let me cheers you with this one.
I got an empty cup now.
Ah, choose one of these.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks for
Cheers.
coming.
Thank you.
They got a guy at Flagstaff. I'm gonna go to the Pinecone Drop.
You came here for the Pinecone Drop?
Why not?
For Flagstaff, the Ponderosa Pinecone serves as a symbol of potential for the new year, heavily seated in prosperity, optimism, determination, unity, and love.
Are we ready to party like it's 2020?
KP! I like it.